What is up, guys? It's your boy No Risk Noah Period back with another episode of the Market Overview, guys. Today, uh, today we went Ripper Magoo. How are you? Right, 4,700. We knew that was going to be the PAL FOMC meeting from December. Ripper Magoo went back down, tested it Friday, held, had a pretty crazy day on Friday, however. But we did mention, was this possibly a reversal candle? Kind of looks like it, right? And then we did see some buying pressure on Friday to keep us up in this area. And we got Rippy McGooey. How are you? Now, the only thing that I'm a little have cause for concern is that this 60-point move off the lows, right, or off the open is not supported as much by volume as I'd like to see, right? As I'd like to see. So let's take a look. Let's see what comes out for the remainder of the week of what could possibly, right, give us some more, even more movement in the markets. Let's go to the economic calendar here. See what we got going for tomorrow. Probably pretty quiet. We do have import exports at 8:30 trade balance. Nothing I believe would completely just wreck the market at all. The IBD TIPP economic index, though, 30 minutes into the market open. So there is some data 30 minutes, and we will want to pay attention there. Always go over to the US economic calendar with Market Watch just to double check. We see trade deficit here. Doesn't have it listed. Doesn't have that optimism outlook listed, but that'll be at 10 a.m. So we'll pay attention 1 hour before market open, 30 minutes after the market open. And then we do have a knucklehead. Do have a knucklehead speaking today. I do think we got to keep your eye on CPI that does come on Thursday, but that's all the way till Thursday. As traders, we worry about what's right in front of us right now. And right now, let's go down to the 4-hour chart and let's take a look. So let's take a look at this nice ES chart here. You see this is the ES chart on the 4-hour. You can see right down to the PAL pump here. Went down, kissed a few points above it, and got Rippy Magooey. Now you can pretty much bet your mother that every single person is going to be talking about this possible head and shoulders forming, right? Everyone sees the left shoulder, they see the right shoulder, or excuse me, they see the left shoulder, they see the head, they see the right shoulder. Okay, I'm almost positive anyone that you talk to will be talking about this, and they will be shorting blindly up here. Okay, but for me tomorrow, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore this huge thing of, oh, there's probably this head and shoulders, blah, 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 blah. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the chart and say, look, last area we broke it down from, okay, was really all the way up here about 48.18. I'm going to do a little retrace from the recent high to the recent low. Let's see, are we getting close to a retrace? We're in the golden zone, 78.6. You guys can see right here, 411, previous all-time high is at 408. You can't see we had some support into this level that finally broke through and broke down. So this 4,800, I call it 4,808 to about 4,820. This area in here, I would be highly skeptical of a possible recheck. Is there sellers still waiting up here? Very possible. So 48, 08 to 4820. I'll be looking for the possible reject in that zone. However, if this is a real rip to the upside, I'll be watching the back test at 4765 to 4760, right? You guys can see we had some pushes down into these levels. We had dipped below them, but then we had ripped back up. So we had some resistance that formed, some structure that formed here. I'd want to see if this is real. We could see a possible push down to 4760 and then a move back higher for a very nice higher low and to push on top of that structure. That's what I'll be looking for. 4820 to about 4808. That'll be the rejection zone up above. If we do get above 4820, I do believe 4841 will be tested. 4860 is short and they're above. So watch 4808 to 4820 upside. Watch the back test into 4760 to 4765. That's all you need to know for tomorrow on ES. Onto the SPY chart now. Going to look identical here on the 4-hour to ES. Why? It's the cash ETF. We know that. You guys have been subscribed for a while. You know that's the cash ETF is SPY. The futures contract of SPX is ES. And you can see it here. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Everybody and their mom is going to be talking about it. Okay, for me, I don't care. What's this level? We got back. Now, this is big. Getting back above 473.50 was a huge feat for the bulls. But where do we come to? I mean, we see where we had this sell volume kind of kick in right here at 475. We went up, sniffed our nose, 474.75. So this is going to be a big level to get through, obviously. I think through 475.50 opens up 478, 480 above there. But this should be, I mean, in reality, 475 to 476 should be the top of the right shoulder, right? If you are playing this pattern, top of the right shoulder should be about 475, 76. So it'll be interesting how we react between here and 476. So 475, 76. You guys could put a little price level, at the top of this little wick right here, whatever. You could watch for this price level here at 475, 76. See how we react up there. If not, 473 will be a level. I think this retest at 471 will be more telling if we get down there and retest it. If we hold, I'd be looking for calls, right? Because that's just a break of the structure to the upside back test. And let's see if we can get back going to 478. Okay, so if it holds, great. If not, weekly lows are coming. I think 464 prints on a break back below 471. You can see multiple. You can see a very nice dip into this, and then finally a breakthrough, reject, 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 breakthrough, and hold. Okay, so 471 is going to be my level on the back test here. 476 to the upside on SPY on a QQQ Tech World leading. We finally had Apple pull its head out of its rear. I'm kidding. But Apple and Apple and Microsoft very strong today. They have been noticeably weak on this entire downtrend, and they finally got their bounces today respectfully. QQQ, let's talk about Qs on the daily here real quick. Huge gap to fill up to 408. Beginning of the gap is 407. Kind of a crooked head and shoulders. Not as clean as SPY. Absolutely not. But really quickly, we could always do a little retrace here just to see what this looks like. Okay, 409 would be the gap fill up to the close is the 78.6 zone, top of that left shoulder, about the same, right? If people want to argue there's a head and shoulders, there you go. There's your confluence. But nonetheless, it's a golden zone. So possibly we could see between 408 and 409 right before we can see, right, a possible reject up in this zone. And if you actually look right where we had rejected in the pre-market here, huge red bar down, there's 4-hour supply is right at this 408. So I would not be, 408.50 to 409. I would not be surprised if we tap out there, possibly come back. Now on this, for the ES here, I'm sorry, for QQQ here, back test at 400 would be crucial. That's going to be like the SPY 471. So if we can get, staying above 403 is huge, right? We have a gap to fill on the daily close is 407.50, right? To the actual, to the low, to the close is 409. 409 would be that 78.6 level for the possible reject. So you can get a gap fill reject to the downside. Okay, but we can watch this 406.50 to start tomorrow into the gap fill. Okay, if not, I'm going to watch 400 for the back test and hold for the long-sided trade to get back to all-time highs. From there, IWM held that 192. We needed it to hold 192. Broke above the structure at 195.50. So knowing that, same thing. Breaks above structure, back test into 195.50 to 195. If we hold, great. We're going to go and attack that gap here, I believe, on the daily chart at about 198. So I'm going to look for the back test and hold into 195.50, 196. If it holds, great. Look for 198 gap fill below there. Now, if we get back above 199, 202, 205 to the upside, guys, last one I want to talk about today, Boeing. Gap down on the news. Nobody died in air. The iPhone survived 36,000 feet, however high they were. I don't know. But what we can see is a major gap to be filled right here. Whoa, sorry about that. A major gap to be filled to the upside. Want to show you some major levels. So if you're going to be looking to possibly swing, I think we could get down as low as 221. If so, if we hold this area, we can see it was resistance, then turn support over here. I do like this zone, 221, even to today's low to 225. In this area, you can look for a pop swing back up to the gap fill at 245. But let the market show we're going to get a reversal. I mean, as of today, sellers kind of won the battle. We gap down, have a longer wick to the upside. So let it show you, but this is on my radar here. There's a small gap to fill down to 208. The 200-day moving average is here at 213. So there are some levels to the downside here, but I think is setting up for an overreaction, squeeze back to the upside. So I will be watching Just want to put that on your guys' chart, on your radar. 221 to 225. Look in this zone in here. Underneath there, I think 213, 208 would be the downside levels you'd want to watch. After that, guys, that's it. That's all I got for you. A little bit of data tomorrow. CPI on Thursday. Don't forget it. As usual, you got to wake up early, get your levels right, and of course, not do anything fucking stupid. We'll see you bright and early. Peace.